So this is King of Fighters 13 Global Match. This is a re-release of the original 2010 game. There are two characters in this game, Billy, Kane, and Saiki, that are locked by default, and you have to unlock them. There's Billy and there's Saiki. These two characters are pretty simple to unlock, and I guess I'll teach you how to do it today. So you have to go to arcade mode, play whoever you want. Usually I play King, Terry, Elizabeth, sometimes Leona. But just pick the character you're the best at. Difficulty does not matter. You can play on whatever difficulty you want, but obviously it's much easier to play on very easy because you don't have to worry about the AI fighting back all that much. Pick whichever characters you want, whichever difficulty, whichever order. You have to change the difficulty in the options menu. Now, in arcade mode, each fight will have a thing called a target action. And usually they're very, very simple, like jump 3 times, perform 3 rolls. As you see there, 3 normal attacks. A drive cancel might be a little complicated, but for King, half circle back, 3, quarter circle forward, 3 or 4. Does it basically like her big scissor kick and then into a fireball. You have to have half a bar of drive gauge, which is your green meter. But to unlock Billy, you just have to do 2 per round. And you must complete 2 with every opponent that you face. So since it's a 3-on-3, you have to do 2 per round, meaning you have to do a minimum of 6. And you have to do 2 per round, so just keep that in mind. The drive cancels, it really depends on the character, but as I said, for King, it's half circle. I'm on PlayStation, so it's half circle X, quarter circle forward circle, and that'll do it. You have to have half a bar of drive gauge, though. Most of these are very, very simple. A desperation move is just a super. So it's like hit opponent with an EX special move. You have to press the special move and then both either kick or punch buttons at the same time, depending on the character. My best character in this game is King, so I basically know the basics for King. Of course, I'm playing very, very simple here because I'm just trying to fulfill the target actions. So for everybody that you face, you have to complete 2 target actions to face Billy, and you face Billy after the 3rd match, so it only takes about 10 minutes to get there. If you have anybody who's defeated, for example, if King goes out and then Terry Bogart comes in, he has to perform 2 again. They do not carry over for the characters. So if you only performed 1 and then King gets taken out, you have to perform the 2 with Terry. Most likely you'll perform 2 target actions without ever really trying to. That typically tends to happen quite often. But once you complete 2 target actions, you can just defeat the opponent as normal. Of course, you can complete as many as you want to, but as I said, to get Billy, you only need to do 2. And you do get some meter by completing these target actions. So for everybody, as I said, just complete 2. And obviously, if you're on very easy, it's a cakewalk, basically. It's really easy. So there's this desperation move, which is the big super. And then it says perform 3 forward or backward rolls. That's forward, 1 plus 3. Or you can do like R1 or the right bumper. So, because there's macros in this game, there's shortcuts. As I said, just complete 2. Now, once you get to the end of your 3rd match, assuming that you've completed at least 2 target actions per round, once you get to the victory screen, it says, here comes a new challenger. And if you completed 2 per round, you get to fight Billy. Now, Billy has this big bow staff. He's a very long-ranged character. All you have to do to unlock him is defeat him. If you're playing on the easiest difficulty, he is not a challenge whatsoever. So this fight isn't difficult whatsoever. So, as I said, just fight Billy. You can zone him out if you want, if you have the capabilities of doing it, but he's not going to defend himself that much, so I'm trying to pin him in a corner here with King. But once he's defeated, you will get a message saying you have unlocked a new character or something similar to that. I already have him unlocked, so it's not going to show up, but it'll display a message saying you have a new character, or you've unlocked a new character. Once you get to the victory screen, and you get to see King's victory quote here. And then afterwards, it'll start a cutscene, but you can just quit and go back to main menu, and then Billy will be there. Now for Saiki requires you to do the exact same thing. However, you have to complete a minimum of 5 target actions per round, which is much more difficult than 2. But if you're playing on very easy, it's not that big of a deal. You just have to kind of go out of your way to perform the target action. So for drive cancels, half circle X or half circle back X, quarter circle forward circle during the animation. So this one's a little bit more difficult, as I said, just because you kind of have to go out of your way to complete the target actions. like defeat opponent with special move. I'm just throwing a fireball at him, right? I'm not fighting him like I usually would. EX move, I did her Z input and then 2 kick buttons at the same time, and that performs her EX move. Now, you don't have to hit them with it. You might have noticed. You don't have to hit them at all, just as long as it contacts them. If they block it, the game considers you to have hit them with it, which is a little strange, but it's probably, much better for the player if it's like that, because if you throw a fireball and they block it, the game's like, okay, cool, you hit them, here's some free meter. So that's an important thing to note. You don't have to hit them with it. If they block it, the game considers that to be just fine. So once again, drive cancel, EX special move, but you have to complete 5 per round. So against Kula, I have to do 5 target actions at least. Just try to do as many as you can, is what I'm trying to say. Just do as many as you can. And then once K-Dash comes in, you have to complete another 5. If King gets taken out, you have to do another 5 with the next character. So just keep that in mind. Just try to do as many as you can. If you know for a fact you're not going to be able to complete the 5th one, it might be best to just go back to the character select menu. But if you're playing on very easy, this is not a big deal whatsoever. Just make sure you go out of your way to complete as many target actions as you can, minimum of 5. And once you finally complete the 3rd match, just before the 4th, you'll see the Here Comes a New Challenger screen, and afterwards you will have the option to fight Saiki. If you didn't get all 5 per round, you'll fight Billy instead, so just be mindful of that. Finally, once you complete the 3rd match, you'll see the winner screen, I guess the victory screen, and then you'll see that really great King quote, and then suddenly, here comes a new challenger, this screen shows up, and then you fight Saiki right here, who looks like Ash, by the way. Then also King comments on that too. Just like Billy, you have to fight Saiki and actually defeat him to unlock him. And this fight is pretty simple, just like the Billy fight. So once you defeat Saiki, you will unlock him to be used in offline modes. I'm sure you could use him online too. But thankfully, there's only 2 characters that need to be unlocked, and they're both unlocked in fairly simple means. So afterwards, you'll see a screen that says, congratulations, you've unlocked a new character, or as I said earlier, something similar to that. I don't see it this time because I've already unlocked Saiki. But then again, you'll see this cutscene, and then you get to the next match. You don't have to finish arcade mode. You could quit right here, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So as soon as this match starts, you skip the dialogue, whatever. Then you pause, go back to the main menu, and then once you go to any character select screen, practice, whatever, you'll see both characters unlocked. So that's Billy and Saiki in King of Fighters 13.